Alright, good day everyone. So I'm making a quick video because the sun is setting. So I'm making a quick video. I did a video before, but it was never posted to YouTube. Just kind of updating you as to where things are. It's the first video for the year, so Happy New Year to everyone. Have two cameras so that I can give you a different perspective and I don't necessarily need to be consistently turning around this camera. Updating you as to where things are. For right now, just on one of my systems. So 2024 is a year of pushing production at home on my hydroponic system. I've been doing quite a bit of experimentation, and I think while I'm going to continue to assist persons and do workshops and so forth, I need to stop neglecting my own system and put what I'm saying to work. So I'm currently with this system. Now, what I'm doing now is I am implementing a 3-stage plan when it comes to my system. See, we clean up all behind here. There's going to be a 3-stage level of production, and what that means is the plants are going to move 3 times through their growing cycle. So for the 5 or 6 weeks that they're growing, they're going to move. But it's actually twice. They're moving twice, but they're moving between 3 systems. The first system is a seedling area, where they're going to be germinating in seedling trays. They're going to stay there for about 2 weeks from the day I set the seed, about 2 weeks, and then they're going to move to this system, where they're going to spend about 2 weeks. I think they've spent 1 week here, so they have another week to go, about another week to go. And then after that, they're going to spend the final 2 weeks inside of the big system, the A-frame system. 2 weeks, it's going to depend. After this set, once I see how things go, in terms of counting the days from setting the seed as opposed to from germination, which is 2 different things. From germination is gonna give the plants a couple more days to grow, as opposed to from the day I set the seed. We'll see how they grow, but the idea is every 2 weeks I should be able to harvest, because what it means is every 2 weeks the plants are gonna be moving. So this is batch A. When batch A comes out of this system, batch B will come in. I guess we can use numbers. So this is batch 1. After batch 1 comes out, batch 2 will go in. Batch 1 will go up to the grow out system. When batch 2 comes here, then batch 3 will be set. When batch 1 comes out of the grow out system, batch 2 will go into the grow out system. Batch 3 will go to this system, which for now I'm calling it like the nursery. They go into the nursery. Batch 4 will then be set. So every 2 weeks, plants are moving, plants are ready to be sold. That way I'm building some level of consistency, as opposed to I have one system, because before this system only could hold like 48 plants, and the big system could hold 130. So before, I could grow more plants at once, yes, but it meant that I could only harvest plants about once every 4 weeks or so. And depending on who you're selling to, they may want it more often than that. So this is how I'm doing it. It makes sense to me, and I just, after I get this set out and I see the quality that I can expect, I guess it's gonna take the first couple crops to see what quality to expect going forward. And this is in the cooler months. This is January. I have a temperature gauge here, little temperature gauge here, measuring temperature and humidity, and I have the display in my room. It does get quite hot, because I noticed, I think it's yesterday or the day before, it measured the temperature of about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hot. And that wasn't even like the sun wasn't even fully up. But because this coconut tree is here, the system does get shaded later in the afternoon, but I'm still gonna have to put up shade cloth over this system, which I'm thankful that it does have these holes that I can do something above without building a bigger frame. But I'll see how that goes. But yes, 2024 is going to be the year of production, and I'm bringing you along. This is the first set that I've put into the system. Like, I drilled these holes the day I put these plants in here. So the idea is to keep this going, and of course show you the success, the failures, whatever happens, because I want to show what really happens. I'm not going to only show you the good side when things are going well, and leave out things when they're going bad. So that's the plan. What I need to do right now is I need to add the nutrients. There were nutrients in here, but there was a leak that I was kind of aware of, but I didn't think it was leaking that fast. And I left it, and the system ran dry. So I need to reset it. But the plants, this is now I'm checking them for the day. Little plants, but you can see the nice roots on them. I've been monitoring the roots. I'm looking at the color. I did have some worm damage, so you can tell I have not been spraying, but I'm gonna have to resort to spraying. Nothing harsh. I'm gonna be looking for things. I have something that I think is cinnamon based to spray, because what I don't want, because it's a leafy crop, what I don't want is a lot of leaf miner damage. So I'm gonna be spraying. I think it's Batrex. Is for to help with leaf miners. So I'm gonna be spraying that. But that's only for leaf miners. I don't have anything for the worms as yet, so I've been doing it manually, as well as of a little assistance, at least to deal with the mosquitoes from the other friends that I don't mind being around here. Frogs have been around here. I don't too mind the frogs, to be honest, because the frogs help deal with the mosquitoes. So I don't too mind them. But if they're gonna be clogging my pipes, then I'll get rid of them. So sun is almost set, so I have to set my nutrients. So I'm gonna do that just now. I'm gonna lose maybe one or two, but I have some extras up in the by the house. Some extras that I'll just replace in the system for any that I may lose. Now, if you notice, I did set some Chinese cabbage, and I primarily set the Chinese cabbage. Really and truly, I didn't set these to harvest. If they do come, then I will harvest them. But primarily, they're to help attract worms and so forth to them, which I've dealt with quite a few eggs on them. I've seen quite a few butterfly eggs on them, so I've been dealing with the eggs there. Because if I can keep them, if I can isolate as much of the worm damage to the Chinese cabbage as possible, it means that my lettuce will be left alone. So that's the idea behind that. But it still means daily monitoring, especially because I'm not spraying. It does mean a lot of daily monitoring. So I will be doing that. Well, I have to do that. So now it's on to adding my nutrients. It's basically nothing but water in the reservoir. I have my meter here. I use a Vivisun combo meter, little combo meter, and all I do is, no, let me take out this one. So I want to check ppm. It's set to ppm right now. Let's rest it in there. Actually, there might be a little bit of nutrients in there from the last set that had slowly leaked out before I topped it up. Because usually the water from the cistern is a 150 ppm or so. So there's a little bit of nutrients in there. So now it's time to add the nutrients themselves to the little reservoir. And it's not like a big reservoir managing this because the plants are not spending a long time in here. So I'm going to set the nutrients to half strength. So as opposed to adding 800 ppm of nutrients, I'm only going to add about 4. And I'm adding 4 to the 150. So my final reading should be about 550 at the end. So I have my little measuring cup. I like to add about a quarter cup at a time. So this is my A. It's about a quarter cup. And I'll just lift this, add it, rinse out, cup in the water. So that's my A. This is my B. There's not a lot of B left. Well, actually, this bottle wasn't full. I had mixed some stock solution for a different purpose, and the excess I put in some bottles for myself. And these are stored separate. These are not stored with like we're drinking water, so this is stored by my stuff. So there's no chance of anybody picking these up and drinking them. So I like to tell persons to add things a little at a time, especially when you're dealing with stock solutions. Add little at a time, because as you add, your ppm is gonna go up slowly, right? So as it's mixing, as the system is mixing itself at this point, the ppm on the meter is gonna slowly go up. So I don't know if you can see it, it's at 366 and climbing. So what I like to do sometimes is I will measure the ppm in here. Turn this off. It's measuring 300 and it's moving around. It's like 360, 370. But because water is stored inside of these pipes, it's gonna take a little while for it to rise. Now from adding nutrients to this, I know about a half cup of each should be fine, at least for today. I'll check back tomorrow because it's gonna take a little while for everything to circulate. In a system like this, in a deep flow technique system where water is stored inside of these pipes, is about is about 2.5 gallons, about 2 to 2.5 gallons of water sitting inside of these pipes. So it's gonna take a while to circulate. So even though I added the water to the reservoir, it's gonna take a little while to dilute throughout the entire system, as opposed to like an NFT system where no water really sits inside of the pipes. So I'll add about a half cup of each, and then check back tomorrow, because I'm not trying to add too much for right now. So I added a quarter cup. Now it's time to add a half cup. Well, another quarter cup. One more quarter cup to get my half cup. That was B again, so now I'm gonna add A. Nutrient mix A. I will do a video on mixing nutrients, so I'll show you how I got my stock solution, at least the one that I use, the different ways of doing it, and different hydroponic producers do different things. Some persons buy all the nutrients individually and mix it that way. I do not do that. I buy a ready blend NPK mix. I buy my Epsom salt and calcium nitrate, and I mix them together that way. So if this rises how I expect it, I expect to get a reading. It's measuring about 520 or so. But this is quick. This is like quick measurements. As I said, it's gonna take a little while to circulate. Ideally, we check back in about half an hour for a system like this, to give the system enough time to dilute completely. But as you can see through the beacon, the sun has set, so I don't have that much sunlight left. So I will make it's one of two things. I'll either delay this video, because I could edit this video and post it tonight, or early tomorrow morning, or I can check back this system in the morning, which would mean that the video will have to be posted later tomorrow night or maybe Monday. I think I'll include everything. So tomorrow, I'll tap back to this one so that I don't have you sitting staring at the system. Tomorrow, I will show you the follow-up. So what you would do, ideally in half an hour, but I can't do it in half an hour because the sun has set. So I'll show you what you would do in half an hour, which is test it again and adjust if necessary, which I know it will have to adjust. Because if I check it now, see, it's at 499, 501. So it's about 499, 501 around there. pH now, I want anywhere between 5.5, 6.5. Let's just let it sit. It's bouncing between 6.0 and like 6.2, anywhere between there. 6.06, somewhere around there. So I'll leave it for now and check back tomorrow. So the next time you see me, it'll be tomorrow, which for you it'll be instantaneous, but for me it will be a couple hours. Alright, so Sunday now, doing the final check. on the plants. So this is what they're looking like. I'm seeing some issues with them. Some of it, as I said, is just worm damage, a little bit. Um, but again, easily enough remedied. I just need to find something that I can spray that's not too harsh. At the same time, something that I have been noticing, the temperature gauge that I have there. I think I said it yesterday. Is I need to put up a piece of shade cloth over this system because the temperature here, I am recording temperatures of around 100 degrees here. So it's getting very hot and it's not the summertime yet. And what I find is a lot of varieties that we're growing in Antigua, they do not really stand up to the heat well. So they become bitter. So some of them that we believe a person might say, oh, it's just naturally bitter. They're not naturally bitter. They become bitter because of the high temperature. So, test the water now and see if I need to add anything to it. So this is what you would do after about half an hour or so. Let it cycle. I think yesterday when we tested it, it was only reading about 500 and about 499, 501, something like that. It's reading 514 right now. So that seems good. But just to be safe, check the water level, which is where I left it yesterday. So that's good. For this system, I think I think the pump is a 800 gallon per hour pump, and the submersible pump and the air pump. I don't remember the specs on the air pump, I've been using it long enough that it's kind of faded off of it. It is 38 liters per minute. I don't know what that translates to, so I'll include it somewhere here. Um, what that translates to in gallons per hour, because I think that's what the pump is rated in, gallons per hour. But stick on it just says liters per minute, 38 liters per minute. So if we check it, see, it says dropped. Okay, so it's where we left it yesterday, 502, 499. So the thing about this now is, actually, no, I could get away with it. And if I add the same quarter cup that I'm used to, then it'll be too much. But I think for ml under the cup, I can go with a smaller amount. So instead of that's 2 is 100, that's 50. We'll go with about 20 ml of each, because a quarter cup is around is between 50 and 60 ml. So this is gonna a quarter cup is it too much. So let me go about a little bit. So 20 ml of each and call it judge. So time to measure. This the water temperature I'm noticing is 84.3 degrees Fahrenheit. Uh, Something I'll have to pay attention to, because in the summer it's only gonna get It's only gonna get hotter in the summer. So now the meter is reading 540. Of course, it's gonna take a little while to circulate properly, but that's what it's reading. So this is where I'll end this video. It's a quick update where things are at, what I've been doing in terms of plans for this year, and what I did for this system, adding in the nutrients and so forth. So by the next video, if there's any significant updates with this, like something drastic happens, hopefully not, then the next video will include this. If not, it will be when I'm transferring the plants up to the next system. All right, so have a great day, guys.